At a recent Springfield Chamber of Commerce Lunch and Learn event held at the Colony Club in Springfield, sexual harassment was on the agenda. Attorney Erica Flores, an associate at Scholar, Abbott & Presser, led the discussion on how companies can protect themselves from claims and better train and protect their employees in the workplace.
It's a timely topic. It's really something that's on everybody's mind right now. It's all over the news. And we think employers really need to know how this could affect them in the workplace, in the work environment, how it affects their legal risk, how they can improve their internal policies to make sure that they are protecting themselves the best way they can in the event that there is some kind of a claim made by an employee.
The allegations of sexual harassment and alleged assault against powerful Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein broke last fall. Weinstein, the co-founder of Miramax, which released several films including The Crying Game and Pulp Fiction, has been accused by dozens of women. The news prompted other women and men to come forward claiming they too have been sexually harassed in the workplace, and the list of alleged offenders is long, from Matt Lauer to Kevin Spacey, with millions using the hashtag #MeToo on social media, indicating they've been victims.
A lot of businesses don't realize how prevalent this is, and I think the current firestorm of accusations and the fallout really has brought this to the forefront. I do think also that it is empowering women to come forward in a way that they may have felt they didn't want to do before.
Flores says companies need to do a better job of training on the issue.
One thing that we always recommend is having a sexual harassment policy. It's actually required in Massachusetts for employers that have at least 6 employees. Those policies have to have certain information in it, and they need to be distributed annually to employees, which a lot of employers don't know or don't realize.
Michelle Abdow, founder of Market Mentors, a marketing firm, also presented on how companies need to respond right away.
Any type of bad news that breaks is always bad news for the employer, for the company, but when it's wrapped around sexual harassment, it really is problematic. And in the wake of what's going on with the whole Me Too movement, it really is in the forefront of everybody's minds.
Karen Markham, the former vice president of operations and administration at Rocky's Ace Hardware, gave insight into the investigative process.
It's a very difficult process. It has a lot to do really with, all human emotions and interactions between people, boundaries, and a lot of times you start down a certain path. The best thing that you have to really think about is leaving kind of the bias. Anything that you think that you know about the individuals involved kind of aside, because invariably it never leads down a path that you think it's going to. But yeah, it's very difficult, traumatic for some, for sure.
One concern for companies is that their employees will feel like they're walking on eggshells and be reluctant to communicate because they're afraid they'll offend someone.
Is there a danger of being too sensitive in the workplace?
I think there absolutely is. I think that, the idea that you're going to interact and come into work every day and engage with people, men, women, people of the same sex, and not be able to communicate and be at ease. And I think right now, a lot of that is happening out in the workforce. People feel uncomfortable. There's a lot of men that feel like I can't joke around with a woman, or I can't be in their space, or what's right and what's wrong. And so people shut down because they're afraid. So I think we really have to do a much better job with training and do a better job with understanding and get people more comfortable communicating about these things.